Yeah, that's what I want to talk about tonight. Imagination. Hmm. We always try to define a thing before we kind of get into a thing. So let's go ahead and define it. Edna, thank you for coming into space tonight. We appreciate you. Imagination is defined as this um, the faculty or action of forming new ideas or images or concepts of external objects not present to the senses. Imagination. Many moons ago, many years ago, yeah, take your finger tonight and just type that in, imagination. Many years ago, Albert Einstein said something as it relates to imagination. He said this, and I quote, he said, imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress. Let me say that again. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating stimulating progress. I don't know about you, but just that quote that's just dope. That's just amazing, because your imagination has the ability to form pictures or ideas in your mind of things that are new and exciting, of things that you have not yet experienced. That's dope. Yeah. So our imagination allows us to do more than just daydream. Yeah, our imagination sparks new ideas, and it helps us to conceptualize and visualize ourselves achieving the next great goal in our lives. Yeah, and imagination helps us to come up with new business constructs and concepts and ideas. Helps us to visualize new recipes, how we go about putting this new thing together. Yeah, we're right here on the internet. Somebody had to see that before they saw that. They had to imagine that. The whole concept of Disneyland and Disney World is birthed out of imagination. The idea to be able to see it before you see it. Can I get somebody to take your finger tonight and say, yeah, you need to be able to see it before you see it. Yeah. Imagination allows us to visualize where we want to be in the future. And then it also helps us to put the steps or the processes in place to achieve it. You can't create a plan of action or set goals without being able to picture yourself achieving it. Can you see yourself walking in your victory? Can you see yourself accomplishing your goals? Can you see yourself being all that God has purposed and planned for your life? Yeah, some of that starts with your imagination, your ability to be able to see you in the future, your ability to be able to see you walking across that stage, your ability to be able to see you getting your dream job or opening up your dream business the ability to be able to see you accomplishing that task. So you can't create a plan of action or goal without picturing yourself walking in it. Yeah, reaching it. Can I get you to take your finger tonight and say, imagine that? Yeah, yeah. Imagine that. In a world full of negativity, in a world full of chaos and confusion, you can imagine yourself out of it. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, imagine that. Because here's the reality: imagination is, in fact, a facet of the image of God. His creative imagination is such that he created the universe from nothing. Yeah, that's what declared that he looked out on nothing and he spoke and nothing became something. Imagine that. Yeah, he saw the past, the present, the future. Even when we think about the word and all of that means how we can speak those things that be not as though they are. Imagine that. Yeah, I believe that utopian dreamer from Galilee said some most powerful words. He said that you can speak to your mountain and imagine your mountain being removed, and your mountain has to move. Imagine that. Yeah. Imagine that. Can I get you to take your finger tonight and say, imagine that? Yeah. You can see yourself being healed. You can see yourself walking into the purpose and the destiny and the plan that God has for your life. Imagine that. Is there anybody in the room tonight that you have visualized, that you see the concepts and you see the constructs of that new thing? Yeah, you got to see it before you see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Somebody said you got to have it before you have it. Imagine that. So when we think of the creator in a real way, when we see all that he has done in forming and fashioning, one can say that he himself has an imagination. Yeah, I believe it was Paul who said that, what I just quoted, concerning God. He said that he calls those things which are not as though they were. Yeah, yeah. And because, yeah, that's what he does. Imagine that. Yeah, he saw you before your mama or daddy thought about you. The Bible says he even knows the very hairs on our heads. Imagine that. And so imagination is not the opposite of reality or the enemy of truth. Yeah, it's not the opposite of reality or the enemy of truth. In fact, we do ourselves an enormous disservice when we ignore our imagination. Our imagination causes us to dream big, causes us to want to discover, to stretch. Yeah, we do ourselves a disservice when we only think that imagination is for babies and for kids and for children. Can I suggest to you that you need to dream again? Can I suggest to you that you need to explore your imagination again? Can I suggest to you that you allow yourself to open up to this big old world and imagine the places you can go and the things that you can do and the sights that you can see? Imagine that. So we should not ignore our imagination. Don't do it whether you do it intentionally, accidentally. If you are the type of person who is saying, I just want to develop my intellect, that's wonderful. We all should be doing that. But please don't ignore your imagination. Because here's the reality. The intellect is only half the equation. Your imagination is the partner of your intellect. Because I dream at first, then I use my reality, my intellect, if you will, to bring it to pass. So one is not more important than the other. We need both. I need to use my intellect, but I also need to be able to imagine what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, what I'm trying to do. So please don't ignore your imagination. Can I suggest to you, even tonight that faith is an act of imagination? Let me say that again for the folk in the back of the room. You know, even the deacons on the front row with the Stacey Adams, because they need to dream again. Can I suggest to you that faith is an act of the imagination? See, any healthy, vibrant, if you will, imagination is important for this Christian walk, for this life of walking with God. Yeah, faith. Yeah. Can somebody take your finger even right there at this moment and say, I know that's right. Faith is an act of imagination. I can't step out to find out unless I see myself walking into the places that God would have for me. I can't step out to find out unless I believe that God has something in store for me. Faith requires us to envision and inhabit a world that we cannot perceive with our senses. A world where this invisible God lovingly maintains you and I. Where the Son of God became a human child, died on the cross for all of our sins and all of our iniquities, and now he's seated at the right hand of the Father. Can I tell you that faith is an act of imagination? And the Bible says something like this: without faith, it is impossible to please him, for they who come to God must believe that he is a rewarder of them who diligently seek him. My faith requires me to believe in things that sometimes don't make sense, that sometimes I can't see, that sometimes I don't even understand. That sounds like imagination. Because if you go back to the original definition, it says I'm creating these things that our senses can't sense. So when one looks at the good book, one must begin to understand from the very beginning, God calls us into this faith walk. He calls us into understanding that we've got to see it before we see it. Yeah, we've got to have it before we have it. Is there anybody in the room tonight who will just simply say, I know that's right? So in the final analysis, our imagination is the movie screen of our mind. And it's a very powerful tool given to us by God himself. Why? So that we can envision ourselves as God sees us. Yeah. You're not broke, busted, and disgusted. No. He's given us this tool of imagination that we might be able to see ourselves as God sees us. That we might know that we're loved. Yeah, that we might know that we're cared for, that we might know that he does not slumber, nor does he sleep concerning you and I, that we might know that we in fact are children of the living God. So the question tonight for you, what kind of movies are going on in your head? What are you imagining? What is playing in the storybook of your mind? Do you just see fear and worry and doom and sickness and despair and oppression? Or in the storybook of your mind, the movie pictures of your mind, can you see hope, love, grace, mercy, redemption, peace, laughter, and strength? I dare you tonight to reimagine, to see yourself as he sees you. Imagine that. I dare you tonight to imagine yourself accomplishing those things that he has called you to accomplish. Imagine that. Can you tonight imagine or see yourself, being all that he has called you to be? Imagine that. Man, I'm done. I'm done tonight. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all tonight. Yeah. Imagine that. Can you take your finger even tonight and just type one word that you see, that you understand? You've got to have it before you have it. Yeah. What are you imagining? What are you thinking about? What are you believing for God to do as it relates to your life? Yeah. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that. I appreciate each and every one of y'all tonight. I really do, man. It feels good to be back with you all. I'm rested. Man, yeah, I'm rested. I'm feeling well. Listen, I'll tell you what I want you to do, if y'all don't mind. Listen, I started a YouTube channel as well. Hey, get connected to the YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, Pastor R.D. Wade, and just simply hit the subscribe button. Hit the little notification button as well. Yeah, so we're taking our content not just to Facebook, but also over there to YouTube. So, hey, do me a favor. Folk who get on Facebook, but they watching YouTube videos, tell them to go to the Pastor R.D. Wade page and subscribe, and then hit the little bell, to receive notifications when we go live. And we're here every night, Wade's Word of the Day. Man, I appreciate y'all. Hey, maybe I'll take one call tonight. Producer, if you want to put up the number tonight, maybe I'll take one call tonight. Let me know what you are imagining. If you're going to be my call, maybe one or two. We'll see. But right there is all the information right here. I'll just put the information up for you. If you want to, 203-903-2216 is the phone number. Or if you want to pop right into the live, you can hit, the guest link and pop on in. I'm going to throw that up there for you too, if you want to come in and holler at me. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what it is. Y'all see that? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. My producer is on her job. She threw that up there real quick. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Hey, imagine that. Brother Ray said relationships. All right. Pearl said healer. Okay, who else? Jill Swanson said love. Man, those are all great. Lori said more love. Okay. Okay. Thank you for putting that information up for the YouTube page, Pastor R.D. Wade page. Just go ahead, click on that, subscribe to it, like and share. We would appreciate it. What other words are you all imagining today? Who else is with us tonight? Come on, type it in. Let your fingers do the walking. Yeah, it ain't just about me. It's about us together, because in this space, we are getting our healing together. Shakir Wade said support. Okay. What else? What else I got on tonight? Peace. Somebody said peace. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Yes. Shakira said master chef. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay. Unity. All right. Lori said unity. Wonderful. These are all things to be imagining. Healing. Yes. Yes. Healing. Yes. Yes. Healing. Healing. Edna said spiritual growth. Spiritual growth. Wonderful. Wonderful. These are all things. Verlin Barnes said faith. Faith. Wonderful. Wonderful. These are all great things to be imagining. Yeah. Listening. Yeah, that is a wonderful word. Listening. That is a wonderful word. Denise Johnson says she's going to check out the YouTube. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We thank you for popping in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Maddie Franklin said healing and unity. Healing and unity. Wow. I'll tell you what I'm imagining. What I'm imagining is what we are creating, what we're doing here. You all know we're in the process of putting together this state-of-the-art studio cafe where we can, in fact, put all of our content in one space, do all of the creative things that we do, video content. We are doing a music project that's going to be coming out, Passed Away, The New Normal, all of those. We want to be able to do all of that in our own space, state-of-the-art, where we can have small, intimate streaming concerts right there on our live stage as well, and invite other creators to come into our space if they don't have the wherewithal to be able to do what we're doing, other churches to do what we're doing. We want to create space where they can come in and we can teach them, how to do what we are doing right in one space. And so, hey, if you want to partner with us as it relates to that, if you want to partner with us as it relates to that, I think Lori will put up some of the information for you. Hey, come partner with us. Be a part of what we're doing. Y'all know how we do it, because we're trying to go viral. Yeah, we're trying to go viral. Here we go. Hey, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Put your hands together. Let's go viral. Hey, come on. Listen. Matthew 28:18 says, go to the world and spread the gospel. Preach, teach, and spread the word. In the masters, and let's go viral. What you gonna? Let's go viral. What you gonna do? Let's go. Hey. You got to spread the gospel. Hey. You got to tell the story. Well, let's see what you gonna do. Let's go viral. Come on. Yeah, let's go viral. Matthew 28 verses 16 through 20. Go, yeah, that's what Jesus told his followers to do. Preach, teach, keeping them in observance of all that he has said and done. That's all let's go viral means. And so we want to take the content that we're putting together and we want to put it in spaces such as YouTube, our Facebook spaces, all of the sermons that I'm doing, the sermon notes, the Bible studies, all of that content. We want to download all of that stuff in one space where you can get access to it. So we're trying to create this space to be able to do it all in-house where we don't have to go other places to do it. So again, if you want to be a partner in that, yeah. If you want to be a partner, hey, support the ministry. As simple as, it's very simple. Yeah, support the ministry. We would appreciate it. I think Lori put that information up there for us, but I got to go. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. Yeah, imagination, imagine that. If this word has been a blessing to you, yeah, if this word has been a blessing to you, do me a favor. Tag, text, and tell somebody. Yeah. If the word has been a blessing to you, if it's adding value to your life, the whole purpose of going viral in this concert, if it's blessed you, then you share it. You tell somebody else. Tell them to tune in. We're here every night, 8 p.m. We call it Wade's Word of the Day. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all, Lord willing, tomorrow. Everybody say, peace. I'm out. Love y'all dearly. Wade's Word.